Welcome to Jackall Digital. I'm Simon, and today we'll take a look how we can do some dynamic transitions and titles in DaVinci Resolve 16. What do I mean when I say dynamic? Well, let's take a look at the transition and title examples. The animation is the same, the only thing that changes is the duration between the in and the out animation. So what do we have to do to make dynamic transitions and titles? To be honest, not much, so you can skip to this part of the video. But if you want to know the idea behind of the animation, keep on watching. Make a new Fusion composition, I would say at least 1 second long, select it and go into the Fusion page. This transition uses a simple shape and a background. And that is the base of the animation. It goes from left to the middle of the position. Because of the changes that we'll do, it makes this approach the best to be used on symmetrical animations. So this will be our animation in, and it will be the same for animation out. It will just go in the opposite direction. How we'll make it so that the animation reverses is with the time speed and the dissolve node. If we take a look what the difference is between the background and the time speed being set to -1, this is our start animation, and this will be our ending animation. So we have to combine the two, and we do this by using the dissolve node. What you might want to do is use a merge node to connect the time speed and the background, but you won't get a transparent background like we want. As you can see, it's always full. So we want to go from transparent background to filling it up, and then from the full background back to transparent. And this is where the dissolve node comes in. Now the dissolve node changes the background and foreground inputs. So it changes like this. So it changes between the two values, background being 0. If I drop it to 0, you can see it's the background now, which is the same animation as the in animation, and foreground, which is 1. If I do the time speed, you can see it's the same animation. But we don't want to animate it statically with keyframes like this. While this does work, it's only static. We can't then adjust the clip length. So what we will do is to use an expression to connect the background and the time speed node. Reverse it, and now we have the same thing, except this one is now dynamic. And how you do that is to make an expression. You can type in equals and press enter to get an expression, or right click on the property and select expression. And inside the expression type this piece of code. And let's see what this piece of code does. The comprehend rand split into half is 14.5, which is 29 divided by 2. And the time is the current frame. And we ask ourselves, is the current frame, which is the time, less than half of the Fusion composition? And if the answer is yes, we show the foreground, which is 1. And then when you get to the half, this is not true anymore, so it switches to 0. As you can see, before half, this expression is still true, so we still display the foreground. But when we get over the half, this switches to 0, which is the background, and we get the automatic animation. Now we can make the Fusion clip as long as we want, and it will be automatically adjusted. But we can't make it so that it's shorter than twice as time of the in animation. So if the in animation would end at 10 keyframes, then we could shorten the clip to 20 keyframes and it would work. So to make this work, if you want to have the animation minimum duration be 1 second long, the in animation should be done in half of the time or less. I have a 1 second Fusion clip and it has 30 frames in total. So that means that if I want to make this work, I have to finish the in animation before the 15th frame. I start the animation at frame 1 so that the end animation looks the same as the beginning. If I didn't do this, let me show you. So rectangle 1, center position. I'll put it on frame 0. And now you can see that it shows at the last frame. I don't want that, and that is why I put it at frame 0. To recap, you only make the first half of the animation, use a time speed node and set the speed to -1. This will reverse the clip. Use a dissolve node with the expression and connect the inputs in the same way that I have. If you change the expression to be greater than, or switch the 0 and 1, the animation may still work because I've basically done the same thing, but if this was still less than, the animation is not working and all you have to do is press Ctrl T to switch between the inputs. And that's how you can make dynamic transitions and titles in DaVinci Resolve 16. Did you find the video helpful? Give it a like. If not, dislike. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so don't miss my next video. I'm Simon, and until next time Jackalls, keep it digital.